Cue dramatic walk-in and intro. Alright, welcome back from that intro. So here's what we got today. We're going to go over 5 things that will determine if this will fit your shop or your trailer, wherever you want to go that you can route anything, because this thing is portable, baby. This is the 2.25 cordless masterpiece made by Metabo. So this is the new plunge router that Metabo came out with. What we're going to go over yeah, I know that's pretty high up there. And it's going to stay that way until we move shop in 3 weeks. So assuming next video, we'll have this either moved or it'll still be there. We'll see. We'll see. But I got my fan off, guys. It is 14 million degrees in here. It's getting summer, and it's getting summer quick. So, just to know, this is what we're going to go over for this video to determine if you should add this to your collection of tools. Number 1, ease of use. You've got to know if this thing is easy to use. Number 2, the features. Everything that this thing has to offer that's not something that you can just see, we'll talk about. We'll get into that, we'll dive in deep. Adaptability. You're going to like this. I know Bosch is going to like this because it helps with them as well. Bang for your buck. Number 4, the bang for your buck. That's what everybody wants to know. Is this thing going to be beneficial for what I'm going to pay for it? At the price range it's at right now that I've seen, it's $3.99. We'll touch base on that too. We're going to touch base on that. Number 5, placement within shop. Does it have a place for your shop? We'll explain that and we'll get into that in more detail here in a second as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show a few simple cuts or routers that we've done the past couple of days. I'm going to go ahead and cue that little montage of a couple cuts, and then we'll get back to reviewing this and explaining some cool things about it. So, alright, so first things first. This is going to be your front, and something I noticed really cool that's off the bat. When you turn around to go, for your pass, everything is centrally located. So you have your trigger and you have your plunge setter. That way you can hit all of this, you can hit with your thumb and come back down and tighten it. That's smart. That is incredibly smart to me. But let's go ahead and give it our first full quick pass and see how quick this thing actually is. That was for a knot too. Wow. Alright, so I've got the cherry out. We're going to make a pass on this cherry. Now notice with that pine, having the setting all the way up on the 6th, it's a little too soft of a wood, so it kind of wants to pull from it. This thing is very, very strong. And this is only on the 2.5 amp hour battery. So when you put that 4 amp hour on there, I don't know if it adds any strength, but I know it adds a lot longer battery life. And this thing so far, it's impressive. Let's dive on in. Got this thing, as you saw in those clips, this thing, it does exactly what they say that it's going to do. This thing is supposed to be 25,000 RPMs on the high end, 11,000 to 12,000 I believe on the low end. So you need to know where to adjust that along with your cuts. Is it hardwood, is it softwood, to keep it smooth and no tear out. So this thing is extremely easy to use. That being said, it's 46 feet per minute. It is strong. And if you turn that RPM way up on a softwood, it's going to want to pull you. So be prepared. This thing is strong. It's equally as strong as a plugged-in 2.25. And the battery life, I'll be honest, the battery life on the 2.5, it's good. It's good. It really is. It's really good. But I would suggest getting a 4.0 amp hour battery. That's gonna last a lot longer than the 2.5 is, and it's just better in general. Get the 4.0 if you're gonna get this. So it's another $130 to your investment, but it's worth it. You'll have the 2 batteries and portable router. Number 2, features. Yes. Let's get talking about the central location again. So we have on the very back, right behind your trigger, you have your plunge. So this is what tightens your plunge setting. Look at this. I want you to see. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to try to learn how to zoom in on this thing so you can see this, but it's perfect. You tighten it with your finger, like right behind everything. It's beautifully made. Love this thing. So, that being said, it comes with one flaw that I've found so far. So, features as a whole, 5-star. If you're not planning on dust collection. What I mean by that is, and I'm trying not to make the video too long, but I really want to dive in and give a very detailed review on this thing because I enjoy using this tool, but I want you to know what comes along with every aspect of using this tool. The way that the dust collection is set up on this tool. Me personally, if I'm using this tool here, and I'm using it the way that it's being forced to use, right? You're going this direction, your trigger's here. I want my dust collection to sit in the back so that my hose is coming out this way. Because I'm pushing this way, right? So if I'm pushing, I don't want my hose getting caught up on the front. So I want my dust extraction to come this way. You can't. Because it's a plunge router, the way that they put this locking mechanism, you can't have it on there the way that you want it to go, because this locking mechanism for your bit actually gets in the way of that. So then you're forced to go the other direction. Okay. Two things have happened going with the other direction for me that I can't use this dust extraction, and here's why. So if I put this going the direction it's telling us to go, one, my feed direction has to remain the same. The hose has to almost be up over your shoulder or it's going to get caught up. And you know what happens if your hose gets caught up? Now you have a bump or extra work later on in your router edge. And you can almost never get that perfect edge once you've veered off. So you're going back over it, and now you're having extra work because you're having to put this in front. Great, you can find a way to get past that, I'm sure. Something you cannot get past. If your router bit is bigger than the hole on the dust extraction itself, therein gives you another problem. You can no longer plunge all the way down because it gets in the way. Long story short, dust extraction is almost not usable on this tool. Alright, so now let's hit on adaptability. And I don't even know if Metabo thought about this, but here's where you can kind of shine with two people. So Bosch makes a router table that will fit almost any router out here in the market. It also fits this, which is great and that's cool. It's 2.25 horsepower. It'll do anything you want on that router table. But it's not safe to just throw in and start working with this, because you have to reach into the cabinet, leaning over, turn it on with this, and you have to lock it with that. It's not safe that way. There's another option. So, 36-volt corded battery that they also offer, 150 bucks, I do believe. This bad boy plugs into that, and now you have a safe option to flip on the outside switch for your router table. If you already have that table, that is a great way to combine the two. That being said, $399, $150, you're at $550. For 400 bucks, $350 to $400, just the same price as this router alone, you can have a 2.25 horsepower from Bosch that goes with their own table. Yeah, I think it's the RA1171. It goes directly into that table. So, adaptability, this thing, 5 stars. It's so good. It is so good. If you have the extra money that you want to put towards it, and we're fixing to hit on that with bang for buck, it is incredible. So, on to bang for buck. $3.99. It's a little high when you compare it to $179, $225 for a 2.25 horsepower router. $150 for the extra stuff. You can get some extra batteries. You can beef it up. Obviously, you can beef up anything. That being said, $3.99 for this specific piece. Yes. 5-star it again. 10-star it again. And here's why. 2 weeks. I've made my money back using this itself. The portability that you have when I'm running out there to beat the rain, the ground's wet, I don't have my electrical cords ran because I'm not gonna risk my other tools for if something just happens to get wet and now I'm frying another router. In comes this baby. This router. The fact that you can do something small, the fact that you can do something big, the fact that you can do anything and it just be completely portable is worth. It's worth it. And when you have a 2.25 horsepower that is just as strong as the corded versions, yeah, pay for it. This thing will fit. It's worth it. Alright, so all that being said, yes, again, placement within the shop, you need it. But let's go through here. We got ease of use, features, adaptability, bang for buck, placement within the shop. All of these got 5 stars except for, remember, the dust extraction. Guys, Metabo, you gotta look into the dust extraction portion of this tool. With that being said, we got 5 stars, and then some of them got 10 stars because it's that good. That being said, on our tools, we got a stamp of approval. This one obviously gets that stamp of approval. So, on our next video, we'll see what the next thing gets, if it gets a stamp of approval or not. But, stay tuned for the next one, guys. I enjoyed doing this one. We'll see you soon.